Hello, everyone. We're going to, or I am going to show you a quick little video on how to do PMs. We're very excited about this one. Did a lot of work to this, and I'm going to show you step by step on what to do on these. So let's get right into it. We're going to do our normal routines, go into actions. We're going to start travel. Like always, wait for this bar to do its thing. And we are going to then arrive on site. I'm gonna say yes. Same as create a work order, a regular one. And once this syncs, we're gonna add a product service line, and this is where you're gonna put in what site equipment you're using. Right now, I'm using a grinder. You can see it pops up there. We're gonna hit save. If you, I'll go back in a second. I've been doing a ton of these, so I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit. If you go through that list and you cannot find what you're working on at that point, you need to create one. And I'll show you that in a second. So if you go to add and edit, you go through here, you go through your ad, you include online, flip this around. You look, you're like, oh man, it's not in here. I now have to create it. So we're going to go to create new site equipment. And it's the same exact thing that you do when you're creating the site equipment in the beginning in a regular work order. Same exact thing. You're gonna look up the product. We'll say this is a test, so don't worry. We'll just say it's a combi oven. So product line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, not T. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4 D. We'll just say ABS. Here's the manufacturer. So you got to do the manufacturer, the new model number, the serial number, and the product combi. So I'll change that 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And with that, you're going to hit save. It's going to save its thing. After you create a new site equipment, you have to go back. You have to go into add and edit product service lines. So once you create it, you have to go back to the ad and you literally have to add it. You can see combi oven 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the one I just did. Select, add, bam. Now you can see I have the grinder and I have the oven. You can add as many as you need, as many as you're working on. Just go to the ad again, put in what you need, and there we go. I'm actually going to remove this combi. We're going to take this grinder. We hit save. It's going to load. All right, now we have refreshing view. We're going to actions, and we're going to go to PM checklist. And of course, I'm in the wrong one. Give me 1 second. This is a test one, so I have to pick the right one. And that one is... One second here. Now I gotta figure out which one it was. And it's loading. Okay. So, sorry about that. All right. So, like I said, add your product. I'm not going to save it. We already did. If you have to create a site equipment, you hit and create, and then go to add your product after you create it. After you do all that, we go to PM checklist. Here's the HP checklist for that grinder. And we start going through the list. So it's asking me, please enter make, model, serial number, piece of equipment, and answer every question that's on there. I am just going through this really quickly, but obviously you're gonna have a different list. Some are gonna be longer, some are gonna be shorter, depending on which piece of equipment you're working on. But this is what it looks like. Now, once you answered all your questions, you can see that it says, please tap the submit button to finalize the checklist. Once you finalize, you will not be able to edit the answers. I really want to harp on this. Once you hit submit, it's going to ask you the same thing again. You will not be able to make any further changes, nor can the dispatchers, myself, or Joe can help you change your answers. Once you hit the submit button, that's it. You can't go back. So we hit submit. It's going to load up. You can see that it says 1 completed, which means we have 1 checklist completed. Once it loads, you're pretty much all set with that. If you have more than one, two, three different things, three different pieces of equipment, you're going to have to do three different pieces, three different checklists. This shows you exactly when you did it, what time you did it, what day you did it, because if you have to go back the next day, anything like that, you can see everything that you already done. You can see those are all checked off. You can see the time is when it was done. I believe there is another one that we have that has all that. Let's see. I think it's a fryer. Just to show an example. I believe one of these has a checklist. But you can see I put the grinder. I had to do another thing. I can add another piece of equipment or product service line. It's pretty much the same thing. Let this bar load, do its thing. Let's see if it'll pop up for us today. So you can see now I did the grinder. Now you can see that it says HP checklist for a fryer. It has not been started. We're going to do this one as well. So you can see we can do more, obviously more than one thing. I know Preserver doesn't have any fryers, but we're just going to do that. Here we go. Like I said before, some of these have short ones, some have long ones. All depends on the piece of equipment, but this one only has, I think, like 19. Remember, are you sure you cannot make further changes? So always double check to make sure. Double check, you just go back, hit cancel, go back into that checklist. Now you can see the fryer, one completed, grinder, one completed. Everything's good there. Once this bar loads, we would go back. You can start a new one if you have two grinders, vice versa. But here we go. Going back, going to actions. Now that is complete. I'm going to go to my work debrief. And just like a regular work order, a regular ones you've been doing now, same exact thing. Got to put in what you've done. And if for some reason you have to add parts, you can. Same way as you normally would do. This debrief. Gonna hit save. We're going to wait for this bar to load. Once this bar loads, there's a couple more things. So now you have create field work order. That's if you're on site and somebody says, hey, can you work on my preserver slicer? If you got to make a work order yourself on site, this is what that's for. I'm not going to really get into it too much because it's not really too difficult. It's pretty much the same thing that we've been doing. If you ever self-dispatch yourself or anything like that, that's what that is. You know, you put in the PO number and move forward with that. That I'm really not going to get into too much. I am going to get into complete visit job though. You can change this. There's only a couple things you can really do with this. You can put in work complete, do what you normally do, ready to bill, manager's name, boom, boom, boom. If there's a required revisit, that also works as well. So parts required revisit, parts required, same thing you always do. That has not changed. So we'll just say we need to come back. And we're synchronizing here. Everything pretty much still looks the same too. Your NTE information is still there. Now, the output document. This is the output document multi-equipment service report. This is where you have them sign. You can see did below, did the checklist, equipment served. I didn't use any parts. Things like that. Do the customer signature. Bada boom, bada bing. Hit done. Gonna wait for this blue bar to load. There we go. And now you have to generate your checklist report. And this is everything that you've done, all your answers of every single thing. So you can see here, like I said, here's the Bezier 1, 2, 3. This is the checklist for the fryer. You can see it says it right there. These are all the answers. The next section, this is for the grinder. All the answers, it all pops up there. On the top right, hit the done. And remember, this was a required revisit. So wait for this thing to load. Everything is pretty much done. That generated checklist report is going to be up, but once you generate it one time, it's good. It's good to go. You can see here, one is the multi-visit. It's the manager signature, and that's a checklist. So you don't have to hit it 100 times. Just go down when you're at the work order. Just look down. You can see that they're both there. Yes, it's still lit. It's all right. Just make sure if you want to know, oh, did I do it? Did I not do it? Just go down to attached documents. You can see them both there. That's pretty much a PM for a first visit. You can see that the order status is requires revisit. And that's the first video. Catch you in the next video. Thanks and have a great day.